Welcome back. The Debatable Podcast.
Debatable.
MC War.
The official sport of rap battling.
Yeah, man, we are back. Compliments of the season. Happy holidays. So, yeah, man, I was just watching.
Jingle bell, jingle bell, jingle bell all the way.
So that
was looking for slaves.
It was Silent Night, too. That was the name of the battle that Tay Rock and versus, what's his name? Mike something. Let me get and pull his name up. But yeah,
so when they said jingle bells, they was looking for slaves. Just so you know.
Yeah, I remember.
Fun fact.
I remember hearing that.
Jingle bells, jingle all the way. They was looking for slaves at the time because they had these type of mechanisms around their neck with bells on them. So when they would try to escape, they have fun looking for them because they could hear them while they're running. Jingle bells, jingle all the way.
You know,
what's fun it is.
With that, man, what do you think about, I mean, right now, unfortunately, Diddy is going to be serving that time in
May
so he just gave up on he gave up on
trying
the
to
bail.
get a bail, yeah,
right.
May 25th.
So, and then you were playing something with the Abercrombie and Fitch.
Oh, crazy.
What's it called? CEO, and
crazy.
You were saying that the difference of how that guy put up only 10 million.
I mean, what's
and got bail.
What's interesting is,
but yet Diddy still no bail, and that guy was actually trafficking minors, or right? I would love to hear what the guy broke down on it, and I'm also pull it up while you do that.
Yeah, what's crazy is the disparity of what's really going on. That we have no clue about. But through sensationalism and self-hate, we just try to destroy our own, right? So this guy right here just came out of nowhere and just dropped gems. Listen.
Going off about this Diddy thing. Let me explain something to you. Is anybody talking about the Abercrombie Fitch guy? I mean, he bailed out for $10 million, and he was running a trafficking company. Okay, Diddy got a $50 million bail, put up his house, put up his jet, put up his whole family's passports, and they're raiding his cell and keeping him incarcerated. Weinstein bailed out. And that was like, I mean, hello? I mean,
crazy.
These YouTube videos, all this kind of stuff, everybody's putting these specials together, everybody's making money, and the freaking liquor company is enacting their morality clause so they don't have to pay him over $1 billion. Come on, people, wake up.
That's crazy.
And the thing, the gem that he dropped, right? They arrested him for this stuff, right? So I guess there's a moralities clause. So the morality clause, because I guess Puff was about to win based on whatever took place. This morality clause is what's going to allow them is what's going to prevent them from having to pay. And whatever the numbers was, he just said, I think about $1 billion. And this is how they play, you know what I mean? So Abercrombie Fitch, how you say that?
Abercrombie and Fitch. Yeah,
Abercrombie and Fitch.
Yeah, I remember that. I mean, their line was it was all right. Back in the day, I never really bought it, though.
I had a sweater.
Yeah.
I had a sweater.
I don't know why I never got it, but I was more Aeropostale because it was cheaper. You know what I'm talking about? During those days. I
had a sweater.
But so look, this what they're saying. The case, it goes like this. So with the Abercrombie and Fitch guys in 2023, the BBC completed a 2-year investigation into several allegations that Jeffries had and his cohorts exploited young adults, men, for sex. The events allegedly occurred in Jeffries' New York residences and at luxury hotels around the world.
Wow.
In October, a few weeks after the BBC report, Jeffries and others were sued in New York by a former model under a civil case action complaint of sex trafficking. The former model alleged that Jeffries and his partner Matthew Smith would search for attractive men on the internet, provide them with money, drugs, and promises of recruitment, and sexually exploit them. It was alleged that Jeffries and Smith made it explicitly clear that sexual activity was the price for attaining coveted jobs. Wow.
It's crazy.
I never even heard that specifically with Diddy, but now let me ask you this, because what they're going to say is that Diddy, they're gonna show the Cassie. They're gonna say the Cassie footage.
But that's
what's
the
rebuttal to
flagship.
that?
That's the
Right.
flagship. I mean, you know, like Diddy said, he was in a dark place at his time. You know, what I mean, whatever she did and ran with his phone or whatever his belonging was, she took his belonging.
3 sides to a story.
You know what I mean?
I forgot about 3 sides to a story.
you know, she
We're
ran.
only on 2 right now. We don't even think about the 2, which is his attorney expressing that. That's all what came from his attorney that day, right?
Right. Like she had his belongings. She ran. He flipped, and then gave it to her. You know, not saying that giving it to her was the way to go, but there's been a lot of times that I've seen guys give it to their partner in public, you know what I'm saying, over a conversation, over not doing the right thing, getting out of another dude's car, like, there's been many times, you know what I mean, like, and I'm not again excusing it, but it's happened. So my point is, when it comes to the disparity, we are not gonna get a slap on the wrist. We're not gonna have control when it comes to, like, controlling the narrative or the media. They're gonna put ours on blast, and they're gonna really try to, make it look worse than what it really is.
Right.
But another thing when it comes to Diddy is he had a black party, and when I mean a black party, I'm not talking about a freak off party, a party that comes together politically, that deals with issues within the black community. And that's something else that he was doing that was something that was like, okay, that's a no-no. Can y'all think about the last time we've had a black party? Like, you had your wig parties,
right.
You had your Boston tea parties, you had all, but now in 2024, here go Diddy coming out like, you're about to put together a party. And this party is going to be dealing with all the political things that that's going on within our community, and he was going to be the one to make sure that we get those things fixed. I think that's pretty loud and pretty rambunctious to come out and say, you know what, I'm about to meet them head on a political level and deal with them politically, because when it comes to politics, that's not even what we do. You know what I'm saying? We deal with entertainment, period. If it's not football, it's basketball. If it's not basketball, it's music. If it's not music, it's some form of entertainment. That's like our sector. You know what I'm saying? So that's why when it comes to rap battle, that becomes how Scar says it, is the black oil of hip hop, because it's competitive, and because of that fact, there's so much that's just left on the table when it comes to being able to exploit revenues that could be made from battle rap, you know what I'm saying, things of that nature. So I just want y'all to understand that it's so many different layers when it comes to this Diddy thing. It's one, Diageo, the liquor brand, them going back and forth. It's 2, the fact that he was going to do, he I don't know if he plans on still doing it, but a political party, right? And then 3, there's another thing that went on. I'm not getting it right now, but the fact that they're not comparing him to Hugh Hefner, they're making him a monster on his own, and it's like, it's just crazy when it comes to that. And Johnson & Johnson got something to do with it too, because the 1,000 oil thing, I think they he had 1,000 baby oil, but who knows, maybe he had shares in it. I don't know, but it's just not the same. It's apples and oranges. And then here go this guy. They got a whole ring of trafficking, and did it get charged for trafficking? If I was saying, is this crazy?
Yeah, man, that's crazy, man. But yeah, man. In other news, man, I also saw that this ChatGPT guy killed himself out of nowhere. Yeah. And this guy right here, so he commits suicide. His parents are like, obviously the brought to my attention the moment I saw that he had issues with the way that OpenAI was moving, the direction it was moving in. I guess he was like, yo, how you collecting data, using these people resources to collect data, but then going ahead and using that same information to compete against people in the marketplace, right? So he was boisterous about, about the issues with ChatGPT, and his parents was like, yo, he was good, he was happy, he was content. So they like suicide is something that they couldn't understand of why that took place. So you're talking about, so basically he acknowledged that it was unpopular opinion with the AI research community, which is accustomed to pulling data from the internet, but said that they will have to change and it's a matter of time. He had not been deposed, and it's unclear to what extent his revelations will be admitted as evidence in any legal cases after his death.
That's crazy.
So basically, he was about to be used.
He had a smoking gun.
Come on, man. And now he's dead. And, this is, this is just all of the different layers of information that's, covered up, and then, ChatGPT, AI, the direction that it's going. We know that it's going to be dangerous. Obviously we got to utilize it. It's here. It's not going anywhere. At the same time,
it's definitely here.
At the same time, you do want to be careful about the information that you put inside of it. I would think, and I think you want to use your own mind. I think you also want to so you don't want to just kind of don't
rely.
Yeah, let it be a crutch.
Yeah,
in order to, because it's just like using slang. To me, you know how they say slang when you condense, your thoughts into like one word, right? Like when you say the crib,
HRU.
Yeah, or when you say the crib, like as your house, but it's really a baby. Where the baby says, like it's actually, destroying brain cells because it's not allowing you to go ahead and expand and allow the synapses to move and find the proper words to get across your thought process, right? So it's the same thing I'm thinking with using ChatGPT. Like, yo, you need to go ahead and write something, and then you get it to write everything. Like, I think you want to go ahead and put your concepts, at least maybe it can help you refine it. To me, I like the way it helps with the algorithm. Right. Yo, write something that's going to connect with the algorithm on YouTube, that's going to connect with the algorithm on Google, right, or LinkedIn, after I plug in the majority of what I wanted to say. But yeah, yeah, man, I just wanted to bring that up because I thought that was a red flag. Suicide. The moment anybody listen, man, anybody high up at ChatGPT kill themselves, come on, bro. Anybody high up at SpaceX kill it, you know what I'm talking about? Like,
come on, son.
Yeah, man, I'm thinking like, come on, you got to really start thinking and looking like, okay, what's going on? What's really happening? So I guess basically they were about to get brought up on because, one, it was even New York Times. New York Times got a suit against ChatGPT. Okay. Because they were using the data from the New York Times in order to be able to teach it. And New York Times was like, that's a problem. That's our data. That's copywritten
that's
information.
Proprietary. That's proprietary.
Exactly. Yeah, man. But yeah, man. So, and then moving on to Silent Night. We was talking earlier when you were talking about Jingle Bells.
Bells.
I had to go back and watch the battle with Tay Rock. Okay. And Mike Burna. That's his name, Mike Burna, and it's On Beat Battle League. And I guess it's K-Shark TV is the channel, On Beat Battle League.
Okay, shouts out to those guys.
And it made me, because in the bars, they were going at each other about, so I guess Mike Burna, he's got about 4 or 5 battles. He's averaging like 3,600 views per battle.
On Verse Tracker?
Yeah, on versetracker.com. Go to versetracker.com. And I mean, he doesn't have a whole lot, but they all done on beat. So Tay Rock made a statement like, you can only rap on beat, like something like that in his bar. He was good. Now, Tay Rock definitely won. Tay Rock's bars were definitely way more refined. But I like what Mike Burna was saying too, because Mike Burna was like, listen, you can't do all those antics on beat. You know what I'm talking about? Right. So, so it had me thinking. I wanted to make sure that we talked about battling on beat. To us,
beats versus acapella.
Battles on beat versus acapella, and battling on beat is a greater challenge because of the parameters battling on beat creates. And it's something that we had already said before. Battling on beat gives you boundaries, right? Any sport, because again, we talk about MC War, this is the official sport of battle rap over here, right? And when we talk about sports, you got boundaries. You know what I'm talking about? You got out of bounds. The same thing, every football, international football, American football, basketball.
Throw the damn towel.
Basketball is boundaries. Even the ring, you got the, in boxing, you got the ring, you got the belt. You can't go below the belt, right? You got all these different boundaries, right? And so when you take the beat away, you take away boundaries, right? And we said this before, because the drum and the snare give boundaries, and your rhymes need to fall into the pocket, unlike acapella where you can create the pocket. right?
Right.
So, and I'm not saying that, you know, being able to spit acapella isn't challenging, but it's more challenging to do that on beat. So I was thinking about MC, and we know you got KRS-One's MC, which is Master of Ceremonies. I usually hear him say that, and then we have Rakim's definition, which is move the crowd.
Right.
And then I'm like, how can you do that without a beat? You really move the crowd.
Well, there've been a lot of crowds being moved in acapella. Like you know, the cats just got caught the hip hop Holy Ghost on something. But I'm thinking about rocking, like, you know, because you're not, you know, you're sitting there, you're waiting for the punchline. You're waiting for the punchline, but you're not moving up until you get the punchline. Whereas an MC on beat, he got you moving every bar. You like, I think that's I think you're moving. It's a big difference. Moving the crowd. I think that's what I'm thinking. You know, it's a big difference.
So again, when you're on beat, you have to make sure all your antics are able to be delivered while staying on beat. Whereas the only boundaries acapella battles have are time, right? The beat gives each bar a time frame to be delivered. Acapella, you can take forever. You can do an act. You can act out Shakespeare. You know what I'm talking about? You come back, you can act out Shakespeare. You can come, you know, Othello. You know what I'm talking about, and come back. You know what I mean? And be fine. Like, they be okay with that, right? But the challenge is, how do you do that while on beat? How do you do that within the bar and it still be rhyming with the bar that you did previously? You get what I'm talking about? Right. So watching the battle with Tay Rock and Mike Burna had me thinking about this, you know. So I wanted to, you know, again, you know, drive down why it's challenging. And now you can see, obviously, the industry is wanting to go back to battles on beat because, you know, there's a demand for, look, obviously, what's it called? On Beat Battle League is now here. Right. Verbal Warzone has been doing great. Shouts out to Verbal Warzone. Right. Then I'm in some group on Facebook and they like, yo, battle rap, you know, battles on beat about to start, you know, in Atlanta. So it's about to resurface. And then, you know, you talk Urban Rooster in what's that called? South America. My man, yo, every battle they put up on beat and off the head. So they going on beat and off the head, right? Millions of views, I think they're at like 9 million total subscribers, something like that. But either which way, I wanted to make sure we touched on that and, you know, explain the difference, you know, and explain why we think that battling on beat is really what brings the sport into battle rap because of the boundaries,
the parameters. I mean, everything you said is on point. And I also want to chime in, let you guys know that, you know, these guys got to understand that it's a science, man. It's a science to when you are able to create a masterpiece while you riding the beat, like, you know, and don't let it be off the top of the head. Like, you didn't write that. That's not something from your notebook.
Right.
You just came up with that, and it's on beat. It's just incredible. So, you know, it's a situation where, you know, the level we at right now with battle rap is definitely you're gonna need these connoisseurs to really start looking at it for really what it is. You know what I'm saying? Because I think acapella has had its time. You know what I mean? Not saying that it's going anywhere, but it's had its time that, you know, people really enjoy it. And now that you have other, you know, leagues creating compositions,
I think it's going to get phased out. I mean, you know, Smack is always going to be the premier league for that. But I think at some point it's going to go back to the beats. I really do. And I think just these leagues popping up and doing it on beat, you know, it's like, oh, okay, that's great, because, you know, you saw everybody copy the acapella style. And it was like, okay, now all of a sudden it's popping, and they're doing the same thing with the mic over here.
Okay.
Yeah. What do you call it? You know, the lapel, not a lapel mic, but you know, the headphone type situation.
Right.
We like holding the mic. You know, we think, you know, because at the end of the day, you know,
it's classic, it's authentic.
Exactly.
That's just what we do. I mean, to be able to that's another thing, another skill set.
Right.
To be able to perform holding the mic, being heard, and then getting your thought across. You follow what I'm saying? While you utilizing, you know what I'm saying, the microphone to be the you know, it's a skill set. It's a skill set. So, and with MC War, it's the official sport of rap battle, and we're gonna always give it to you. You know what I'm saying? Definitely leave a comment. You know, Let us know what your thoughts on, battle rap, on beats versus acapella. You know what I'm saying? Definitely keep within the loop of what's going on, because you guys play a vital part of this, but you also got to understand that the boom bap is there for a reason, that DJ's there for a reason, that producer's there for a reason, and with acapella, just a lot is left out. But again, like I said, it's a good situation, because that's a particular craft you're able to go watch and enjoy yourself and everything else.
Right.
But then, you cannot leave the fact that there is another art form,
right,
where you're able to hear it on music.
Right. Debatable.